JUCO is different than it is now. It's imploding damn near. It's shitty because of this transfer portal has ruined JUCO. But how important was JUCO to your success, man? I know you and Aaron Rodgers and Chad Johnson and Steve. Chad and Steve were both wideouts when I was at Compton. They were at Santa Monica. Josh Allen coming up, more of a guy like you, stature, bigger guy, can run and throw. Yeah. How important was JUCO to you, and how much do you owe it back to the game today?
Man, I'll tell you this, bro, and shout out to every motherfucker who ever went to JUCO, and I gotta speak like this because if you could, man, Jay-Z got a lyric that said, if you could make it in New York, you can make it anywhere. Listen, if you go through JUCO and you make it out of JUCO, you can make it anywhere, bro. Like real talk. Like, man, Brad Francione nurtured me in a time in my life where I needed it the most. I was so battered. I was so shook. I was so down on just my confidence. You know what I'm saying? And he gave me the trust. And honestly, too, like, if we keeping it a buck, he gave me trust back in the white people. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Where, like, from where I'm from in Atlanta, we don't see white people as, somebody that's a everyday type of situation. We see them in the officers, police officers, coaches, teachers, in a superior role. But when I went to junior college, for the compliance thing, there was like a week or two that I needed to. It was like a dead period where I was not going to be able to go on campus yet. I wasn't going to be able to, do whatever. And he just opened up his home and really allowed me to understand him. So when he coached me, it was more of an appreciation there, and
people person. It was a person. It was a saving my life situation. Fuck football. That's what JUCO was for. If you're doing it right way, in my opinion, that's all I did for, helping the young kids, and that's why I got players to this day similar to what you're saying. Like, people don't realize in that fraternity, in that locker room, in that tightly knitted fraternity, people don't see color, man. That's what me and Smitty argue about all the time. We're like, dog, we don't give a fuck about. We don't look back and say, oh, that white boy ass coach or that brother. We look back and say, man,
only if you mad.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, that white boy fucked me over. That motherfucker fucked me over. Like, I'm like, nah.
But real shit though, and I want to clear this up just so to make it sure. My experience at the University of Florida wasn't what Tim Tebow's experience was. No different than my experience at Auburn wasn't the same as like a Neil Cottle or like whoever was the person that was back. It was just, I didn't experience Florida like he experienced it. No different than, people who went to Auburn didn't experience Auburn like I did. So I say all that to say, like, my confidence was a little shook by the time I got to junior college, and I didn't feel as confident as I knew I could be. And Brad Francione and his family kind of opened up and allowed me to become myself and understanding this core essence of leadership. As I was at an event last night just talking about it, and I was saying to myself, it's like, yo, there's many ways to skin a cat. And I think it started, and it was like the minuscule kind of genesis time in my life where I found ways to lead my way, right? I was a big rah-rah laugh, let's, play the music louder, like, everybody wasn't like that. And you had to, like, some coaches look at that as a distraction. Like, bro, why are you doing all this? But that's what I needed to kind of get myself going. And I realized a lot of people, they have their preparation processes are different. So as a leader, right, there's only one position in all of sports that's the unanimous leader day one, and that's the quarterback, right?
Regardless, right?
Regardless. You go on basketball, you say the point guard, no. What about LeBron? You know what I'm saying? He's not. You look
hockey
at
goalie, no.
You see what I'm saying? You look at MLB, where it's like, is it the pitcher? No, he may not even
reliever. Is it the reliever, the starter?
Good
Who
point.
the fuck is it? Yeah.
So when you're talking about unanimous leader day one by default, it's the quarterback. So I had to learn my ways of saying, okay, cool. And Coach Francione definitely helped me find my way.
How much involvement was Dennis, the Pops, who was the head coach at Texas A&M? He's been the head coach at every TCU. He's been at Alabama. Yeah. How much influence did he have at that time? No.
This was all Brad Francione.
Good deal.
This was all Brad Francione, and this was it was the gutter, bro. It was one of them situations, and I had to check him, and I was like, bro, coach, I know I'm not in Florida, so don't even apologize before.
Right.
He was like, yeah, man, I know this ain't. I said, coach, fuck Florida. At this point in my life, I was like, bro, that's gone. I'm upward and onward. And as soon as we kind of put our foot down with that expectation and understanding, it was like, okay, cool. You ain't gonna feel a certain type of way that our locker room is infested by crickets now. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, but
that's great. That's funny you say that, because I used to get all these big time trainers, and they come to practice, and I motherfuck them. They was in their shit. Alabama. He got cut from Alabama. I said, why you wearing Alabama shit? They cut you, homie. They just cut you from the program. Why are you wearing their shit? Nobody understands what you just said. Like, you understood it, and that's the first part of the process that these kids don't get. They still think they live in the past. Oh, I went to Alabama. You in fucking JUCO now. It's called football jail, homie. You got to get out.
I'll tell you, the only reason why I wore my gear is because that's all I had.
Exactly. And that's who makes it. By the way, that's my point. That's who ends up making it. The guy that comes with one fucking bag or some white T-shirts and a goddamn and motherfuckers that roll up in a BMW to JUCO, I cut them. Your ass ain't making it, homie.
It was just, and I think this was so important too, and I remember it like it was yesterday. Like, I was in a car. They didn't have Uber back then, so we had to rent a car. And the way we packed it, it was kind of like everything was kind of in the front and in the back. So it forced me to kind of be in the back, the middle row. So I'm looking, and we just pulled up, and my dad get out of the car because I was asleep. When we first got to Brenham, he gets out, he started talking, and they kind of greeted me, okay, here's Cam, the quarterback from Florida, Tim Tebow's backup. That's how I was introduced for a large portion of my junior college career. It was like Tim Tebow's backup. I'm like, okay. So I'm looking, right? It's crazy how
wow.
So I'm looking out the window, and I'm seeing like what are to be my new upcoming teammates, right? And I'm saying to myself, I'm like, bro, one dude, he looks a little sus because he got like mismatched socks, rainbow. One is a rainbow sock, and the other sock is like a Fred Flintstone sock. The other dude, he was just like that white boy that was like a Slim Shady, a Travis Kelce-esque. I'm like, okay, he really want to be black. And then there was like, it was like a funny black dude that was trying too hard. I was seeing him, and I was like, you always analyze. As a quarterback, it's natural. You just analyze the field, right?
Yeah.
And I think throughout my preparation of junior college, the most keyest of ingredients that allowed me to flourish was that those guys who I thought was initially weird, they engulfed me with love. They engulfed me with like, shit, motherfucker, like this how we do it here. Like we do, like I remember the first week I was there, we did like an intramural basketball, and it was like intense. So our loyalty getting, it's like we find the chemistry already right there. So I'm like, okay, I see where we at right now. It's gonna be a good ass time. So as long as everybody was really willing to really bear down and knuckle up and say like, bro, I'm with you. And those sleepless, hungry ass, testimonial nights brought us closer.
The dorm.
And with that, I think they looked at me for hope, right? Because I had stories. It wasn't like the typical junior college situation where most people, it's either two people that's in junior college. Either you wasn't good enough to make it to actual college, so you need another prep year to get to college. Or you was the fuck up that was at his college, and you have to go back to junior college to rebrand yourself. I was a rebranding person that they would ask questions to. Yo, bro, what was it like playing with Tim? Bro, what was it like playing with Chris Hart? Yo, bro, what was it like playing with the Pound System? Yo, bro, what was it like winning the national championship? Yo, bro, you seen Joe Kim? Like all these questions, and he was like, huddle up. It's story time. Come on.
Bring it in.
Now, in regards to Coach Francione and his situation, it wasn't that I was kind of skewed, but it was like I was a little battered when I was a 17-year-old kid committed into a university. Well, I committed at 16, but by the time 17 came, I graduated early, and those same coaches that gained my trust ended up being a different person
Meat market
campus. So I was like, yo, coach, what's up? And he was like,
walk right by you. Walk right by you. I'm trying to tell people.
Like, hold on, bro. You was just at my church, bro. You was just in my kitchen. You was just
cooking,
talking about you gonna take care of me, bro. I don't feel that. And then already coming from where I come from, where I already got trust issues, I was like, oh man, no.
So, that's why I was that way. That's how I was, Cam. That's why I told my player. I got guys in the chat right now that play for me, and they're just like, that's why JB was never that way. I was never going to be that guy because it is a meat market, and these coaches treat the kids as pieces of meat in the market, and that's what it was.
Now, the mature Cam knows this.
Yep.
Can you blame the coach? Let's take let's take a situation like this. We are living in the golden age of inferior or athletes feeling like they're better than what they were because of fucking social media. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's take the coach that's at the University of Florida right now.
Billy Napier.
Yep. Right? Coach Bill.
Yep.
Do you not think that his ass cheeks are so tight on that sideline, knowing that the person that I recruited, that I had so much high hope for, ain't delivering his end of the bargain?
Yep.
So of course I'm gonna feel a certain type of way. Of course, this motherfucker, you ain't as good as I thought you were, bro. Like, man, get the fuck out. You know what I'm saying?
And we paying you.
Now it becomes a whole transaction where, like, I get it now. I see. And in my situation, it wasn't that I wasn't good. I just never had the opportunity because arguably one of the greatest college football players of our era or our time was in his time. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And this is where I mentioned it multiple times, especially on the Shannon Sharp's platform. I was like, bro, I hated to be in a position where I wanted somebody to get hurt in order for me to play. I was like, that's the most hating shit ever because I'm such a good teammate. I'm such a good person, bro. I want everybody to win. Listen, this is why I'm on here. You're not paying me to be on here. I fuck with you, coach, because I've seen you, and it brings tears to my eyes every single time I see a Last Chance U, because it's a nostalgic feel here, the sounds, the understanding of like, yo, bro, I was in JUCO, bro, and I made it out. I was a part of the 0.5% that are able to say, I use JUCO still to this day on some merits and morals that only JUCO could teach somebody. So that's where I feel like I just didn't want my intentions for Tim to be like, oh man, he ain't good. Like, no, Tim Tebow is the main reason why I got the urge and I got the skill to be authentically me. It's like, bro, if I feel confident with running the football, I'm gonna use my gift in running the football. I'm not gonna try to throw the damn ball when it's 4th and 1. Like, coach, let's make this motherfucker mano y mano, get a hat on a hat, and you leave me one hat. And I guarantee you, I can't guarantee you a lot of things. I can guarantee you I can get 1 yard if it's just one motherfucker waiting on me.
Hell yeah. Hey, because listen, my rival was the head coach at Fort Scott when you played them and beat them in the national championship. And they, by the way, people don't know, you had to go against Jason Pierre-Paul and Levante David on that Fort Scott team.
Yep.
And I remember it came down to a fucking kickoff return. And I remember the whole thing. I saw the game. And that was unbelievable. You willed them to win because they had 2 dogs over there that you're like, shit.
But I didn't even know about them. They had
right. At that time, you didn't know they were.
Corny ass running back, bro.
Yeah, the running back was the guy.
Fucking us up because
Williams.
I said, oh my God. But what people don't know about that junior college game was this. The national championship. I separated my AC joint. On the first touchdown, right? Bro, we had a whole. My junior college experience was epic because for us, coach, this is the greatness in Coach French Young. He allowed us to be us, right? Yep. We had this thing where we had to use study hall hours. We had to get 6 hours, 4 hours, or 8 hours, depending on what type of grade of knucklehead you were, right? Yeah. So most of the time, we would use our time in study hall to YouTube in celebrations. So everybody, when we scored, when we did one-on-ones, like guys would literally be damn, you know what I'm saying, doing celebrations just off what they seen in study hall, right? So if you go back and you watch all of our games, when we scored, we celebrated. And it was like it was a party. Like Drake said, it's a party every time we link up, bro. It was a party in the last rectangle, like everybody. And I think Coach Fran was the guy who, like, one of our first games that we won, he pointed out something. Yeah, we won. We had beat Butler Junior College. Yeah, they were great number 4. They had Mettenberger or somebody.
That's what Zach Mettenberger was the quarterback.
Mettenberger, right? And he paused, like, and now granted, you don't have all the angles of, you know, film in junior college, or you're not privy to that type of access, but he got like cell phone footage. He also got like a news footage just to collab and teaching us a point about team and camaraderie. He paused it and went to another clip that showed it was a bunch of individual celebrations going on. He said, motherfucker, if y'all go celebrate, y'all better start including these offensive line. Including these damn fullbacks. Y'all better start including these damn, you know, D-line when y'all get picks. And that was like one of the things that was his mechanism of teaching us all, like, yo, bro, like, we all in it together, because I could be the greatest quarterback in the world. I still need an offensive line. I still need somebody to catch the damn pass. So with that, going back to the national championship, I dove on some Superman shit and landed on my fucking shoulder and separated my AC joint. So I finished the whole game with like a fucked up shoulder, trying to will myself to win. And Chad Freutnick, a guy who also took me up under his wing from Sugar Land, Texas, had the play of the year, because he was one of those, he was the white boy that was like the Slim Shady type of dude. You know what I'm saying? And he finally made a play that really, it was not finally made a play.
Game changer.
Like he made a play for us in a time where everybody was like, bro. And then all the coaches was asking before the play, is like, can you throw it 30 yards? Can we get, like, I was like, man, I don't know. I couldn't even throw a slant, let alone, but my presence was so distracting to the defense. I had to be out there, right? So
we found some of that footage. We found some of that footage, by the way, with talking about that camaraderie and what JUCO really was. Check a look.
Let's bring it in, baby. Oh, that's fine.
That right there.
That's the play.
I was hitting my shoulder, bro. My shoulder.
Damn, that's crazy.
Fort Scott. That's it. That's Fort Scott.
You played it off, though, when you got up, though.
I'm telling you,
that's crazy. The first play. Oh, you can tell, too, all the way.
You can tell, yeah.
Right there.
Yep, that was it. Fort Scott. That was at Pitt State, wasn't it? Kansas?
Bro, the coldest game I've ever played in my life.
Shithole. It's just a gloomy. Take a listen. Here's what you were talking about, the camaraderie, though, as you guys celebrated together. I think you guys did a video.
In the building, I'm real hot, to the ceiling, and on TV, it don't matter. I'm talking to boys, talking that child, here we go. I need a chill. After this game, I'm gonna throw bill. I'm going on top of the dome, on my car. I got chrome.
Those moments are like, that's what I missed about football the most. Those moments right there, man.
Like ones that nobody sees.
Yeah,
like you know what I'm saying? Like
hard to explain.
Nobody sees. I don't know. Hey, what's your take on this flick that's coming out? Everybody wants to always bring up old shit. they're making a flick of Aaron Hernandez and all that shit, and they got you in there. I don't know what the fuck. Who the fuck's playing you and her Aaron Hernandez? That shit look crazy, but
it's out now. I think it just released like yesterday or 2 days ago.
They got
I saw
me.
on Hulu.
yeah, they got you in that motherfucker. They it's
Cam
crazy.
said, no way. Ain't no way.
It's crazy. Or they're acting like whoever's playing you. I don't know who the hell it is, but
man, so
hit them up. Get
this is
royalties.
the thing. This is the thing about just First, we're gonna go to that. But lastly, on the JUCO shit,
I know the Netflix owe me something.
As you can see in that clip right there, bro, it didn't matter who you were. That's how close our team was.
Yeah.
Man, it's like, bro, I came in, I didn't have no ego, right? These motherfuckers was like, listen, bro, like we know who you are, but you gotta, when in Rome, you gotta do as Romans do. Right, bro. I got put on little Kiki, All Wall, Bum B, Pimp C. And I was like, damn, I ain't never really bopped the damn, you know what I'm saying, music from Texas. And I was just putting them on some Atlanta shit. And I remember when I came down there, man, y'all motherfuckers capping, bro. Capping? What the fuck? Why the fuck you always saying shout it? Like it was so we had so much therapy amongst ourselves that it just brought us extremely close. So when it came down to film study, when it came down to watching practice, when it came down to even performing in the games, nobody was uncheckable. Everybody got checked. Cam, you bullshitting. Chad, you fucking up. Mike, run the goddamn football. Goods, man, lock somebody goddamn down, bro. Like, and the great teams, as you know, coach, they don't need coaching. Nope. They got people within themselves that, hold on, coach, I got us right here. Hey, bro, y'all already know what we got going on. So, yeah,